And welcome back. Jay Crawford and Kevin Nathan now joining Jamie Slayton courtside here at the round between Martinsburg and Jefferson. And fellas, this is the only round that really matters because the first 3 games in the regular season, you can just throw them out the window. Quick impressions of the game. Kevin, what do you expect?
Well, we made a big deal about Martinsburg's win over Jefferson last week, but as you say, Jay, it really doesn't matter. Tonight, all the marbles on the line, and county pride and certainly panhandle pride at stake here with these 2 fine opponents.
Jamie, you were over here Tuesday to watch Martinsburg handily defeat Hedgesville. The Bulldogs really didn't do much wrong Tuesday night. Afterwards, Dave Rogers said, we're playing as good as we've played all season.
And he's right. You know, the 2 best quarters of basketball that I have seen all year, as you take a look at Dave Rogers, had to have been last Thursday night. Bootsy Washington and Jefferson in the second quarter just dominated and blew out Martinsburg. But then last Tuesday against Hedgesville, Martinsburg in the third quarter was on fire. They hit about 10 shots in a row. So both of these teams have showed that they can come out on fire and just open up a ball game.
18-3 Jefferson against 15-7 Martinsburg. And Martinsburg is the only team from West Virginia to give Jefferson a loss this year. Their other 2 losses coming from out-of-state clubs. This should be a good one. Martinsburg and Jefferson, and the winner, of course, will advance. We're just moments away now from the opening tip and starting lineups. And we have an announcement. I'm not sure, Jamie, if you touched on it in pregame or not, but Jefferson will not start Bootsy Washington. He is sitting down for disciplinary reasons. I'm sure he will play tonight, but he will not start.
And the big question, Jay, is how long will he be on the bench? If he's on the bench 30 seconds, then, you know, no big deal. If he's on the bench for the whole first quarter, Martinsburg could have it in hand by then.
Absolutely. The one thing that Jefferson relies on is the streaky shooting of Bootsy Washington, and when he's on, he's on. Here's the meeting of the head coaches now at center court. John Lowry for the Jefferson Cougars. Dave Rogers wearing his Bulldog orange jacket. Kevin, looks pretty good, huh?
I don't know where he got that one. I haven't seen a jacket like that since Slim Sanderson came out with his plaid in Alabama last week.
Looks pretty good, though. He's looking sharp tonight. Ready for this one? Now the assistant coaches. Yeah, it must be. He looks kind of Halloweenish, doesn't he? That's okay. He wants his team to play well, and maybe the orange jacket will fire him up. Here are the starting lineups now. Actually, what they're going to do first is run through the bench players for both clubs as they meet at courtside. Actually, we've seen a little bit of Michael Jackson the last couple of games. He's seen some time.
For the Cougars, number 22, Kendall Hall. For the Bulldogs, number 23, Kevin Crawford. For the Cougars, number 24, Kato Oliver. For the Bulldogs, number 24, Pat Michael. For the Cougars, number 30, Bootsy Washington. For the Bulldogs, number 31, Larry Mullen. For the Cougars, number 32, Mike Bennett. For the Bulldogs, number 32, Corey Grantham. For the Cougars, number 40, Charlie Mapp. For the Bulldogs, number 24, Marlon Reed. And for the Cougars, number 52, Gary Hardy.
Well, now they're down to the starting lineup for each club. This is the way they will take the floor for this very important sectional final.
Starting at guard for the Cougars, number 10, Joel Poland. Starting guard for the Bulldogs, number 13, Kip Shallett. Starting guard for the Cougars, number 12, Mark Flagg. Starting at center for the Bulldogs, number 33, Al Thompson.
Looks like Stevenson and Adams might be old friends from somewhere when they met at center court, joking around between the two of them. I guess these players all know one another, and they're all familiar with the reputations of the players and the different teams. I guess it's kind of a weird situation to be lining up in such an intense situation for these guys, but they're used to it.
Adams is a senior and Jamie Stevenson is a junior, so they've battled before. They both play the same position.
Amanda Brandau.
We're not far from game time now. Jefferson and Martinsburg with it all on the line here from the Butcher Athletic Center on the campus of Shepherd College. And you can tell that there's a little something special about this game. Not a regular season game, and as you look around, the crowds are filling in. It looks like a pretty good crowd, too, and they expected to have this place full for tip-off, and it looks like it's very close.
Real interesting to see how Jefferson comes out without Bootsy Washington in the lineup early. And again, reiterating what Jamie said, how soon will Bootsy enter this ball game?
We're ready to go. Brett Lewis will jump for Jefferson. Kyle Thompson will do the honors for Martinsburg. Both players are 6'7". That'll be an interesting battle that we'll be keeping our eyes on all night long. The battle for the boards in close. And the sectional final is underway. Martinsburg controlling, but Matt Sprinkle can't get the bucket. Jamie Stevenson with the rebound. And guys, Jamie Stevenson last game, if he scored at all, I think he had just 2 points. So he needs to be more of a factor tonight for the Cougars, especially in the absence of Washington. And there he is, getting the first 2 points of the game.
Big boost for Jefferson coming out and scoring early without Washington in the lineup.
Martinsburg now stretches it around. Cross quarter to Adams for 18, and he hits. He really looked good Tuesday against Hedgesville.
He has a lot of potential.
3 for Gonzalez.
About to say that shot was out of his range, but I changed my mind halfway through.
5-2 now. Jefferson in front by 3. Just over a minute gone in the first quarter.
Adams has a tremendous amount of potential, and he may have realized it Tuesday against Hedgesville when he was on fire.
Actually, I think Thompson tried to throw that one behind the backboard. No chance of that happening. And Jefferson takes over. 5-2 lead, 6:43 to play in the first.
Pressure from Martinsburg. That's Pretty wise of Dave Rogers without Bootsy, the top ball handler in there, pressured him and tried to get a steal.
Inside to Lewis. He can't get the 5-footer. Gonzalez knocks it around, finally batted out by Martinsburg, and Jefferson keeps it. Oh, 5-2, 6.5 to play, first quarter. The inbound goes back to Mark Clay, who is starting in the absence of Bootsy Washington. Inside to Lewis, he loses the handle, but Gonzalez gets it. Nice pass back to Stevenson, who now has 4. Nice play there.
Great passing.
Martinsburg trails 5, 7-2. Opening minutes of the first quarter. Adams for 3. Short, but he helps control the ball. Martinsburg keeps possession, but stepping on the line was number 35, Richie Sutherland, Jefferson's basketball.
That is a play that Coach Rogers won't get too upset about because Richie Sutherland, instead of pulling up for the 12-footer, attacked the Jefferson defense and tried to get a better shot.
Backcourt of Poland and Clay. They work it inside. Gonzalez tips it to Stevenson, but he can't get it to go. Martinsburg takes it.
Both teams pounding their offensive boards early here. I hope this game may come down to rebounding, fellas.
Coach Lowry stated that today, that the key to Martinsburg winning is their rebounding.
Nice penetration for Matt Sprinkle.
Great move by the sophomore Sutherland. Terrific play by Richie.
He gets the bucket and the foul, and you have to give credit to Matt Sprinkle, who made it all happen. He penetrated, brought the defense into him, and that left somebody out of position. Sutherland getting the basketball and making the strong move for the hole. 7-4, a chance to make it 7-5.
We've said it before here on Fox 60. Rich Sutherland has quite a future with 2 more years of high school basketball to go. He's going to be one of the best players in our area.
Absolutely. 6'4", just a sophomore. Stevenson misses underneath. Kip Chalice alone with Mark Clay, and he's going to slow it down. Sprinkle for 3. It was tipped.
Great hustle by Chalice. That's what it's all about right there, folks. 50-yard sprint to make that play.
The lob inside to Thompson worked, but he loses it out of bounds. 7-4, and checking into the game is Bootsy. He's going to need to take off his warm-up before he plays, but so after 3 minutes and 23 seconds on the bench, Bootsy checks into the game, and that should give the Cougars a spark. And you have to give the Cougars credit. Let's write this down. 7-4 run without Mr. Washington.
This just shows what kind of athletes the Cougars have, because without Bootsy, Jefferson just said, all right, we're going to go into Gonzalez and Stevenson, and they have all the points for Jefferson so far.
That time, Stevenson muscles inside, and he was fouled.
Foul call number 30, Antonio Adams. His first, team first.
Antonio picking up the foul. That is the first for Martinsburg.
Getting back to what Jamie was talking about, if Jefferson can continue to establish that inside game, that makes Bootsy Washington all the more dangerous from the outside and also penetrating to the basket.
Seven to 4. Jefferson up by 3. We played half of the first period. And Stevenson misses a pair.
We'll see a lot of those kind of fouls tonight, getting back to the tenaciousness that these two teams are showing on the boards. We're going to see a lot of those over the back kind of fouls tonight.
It's a battle inside, not much of a question there. Pedro Gonzalez picking up his first team second.
And while you're talking about Gonzalez, he's a player to watch for Jefferson. When these two teams met last Thursday, he scored 19 points.
Heads-up play that time by Stevenson, jumping high to knock the pass out of bounds, and Martinsburg will have to inbound and set up all over again. 7-4 is the score. Jefferson out by 3, 4:24 left first period. Martinsburg wearing their black with orange trim. Jefferson in the white with maroon and yellow. Quick hands by Stevenson to knock the ball away. But they're going to say Jefferson touched it last. Or maybe Martinsburg touched it last. They changed their call halfway through. And that upsets Dave Rogers because the rule usually in officiating is if you're going to make a call, make it quick and stand by it. But that time they reversed it. Lewis all alone inside and gets the bucket.
Brett Lewis is tough inside. They're going to have to get Tal Thompson over on him. Of course, Thompson now out of the game. Someone to match up on Lewis.
Shallis all alone from outside, can't find the mark. Adams rebound in the paint, 5-footer off the window, no good. Heads up hustle down there. Sutherland with it now, and he gets it to go. Well, I tell you, that time Gonzalez just went in a little too strong for his own rebound, and he's going to be whistled for the foul. A little too aggressive is Pedro, and he has 2 now.
As was Max Quickly, he was the talk runner, and he turned it over the backward. There was a failing in that play.
9-6 is the score. Jefferson leads. They have never trailed. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. The sectional final. 3 for Adams, no. Stevenson with the rebound. Bootsy yet to take a shot.
Doubling up on him, even though he's outside the 3-point line. That's respect.
Good job
folks. Kicking
off that time. Poland's 3 is off. Martinsburg controls it, and here they come.
Really leaving Adams open on the weak side here, guys. Saying, hey, Antonio, make your shot before we go out and put somebody in your face.
Oh, nice block. Great block. Pedro Gonzalez, rather, coming from the backside to get that one. Bootsy penetrates, 18-footer, rims in and out. Bootsy all alone for 3. Don't let him do that. He'll hurt you with that one all night long. No one even close. (12 to 6). Jefferson by 6. Martinsburg's getting off good shots, fellas. They just can't get him to go in close.
This is the same thing that happened last week, Jay. Martinsburg missed a lot of layups before catching fire.
Bootsy with the nice passing, and he got it down to Pedro Gonzalez, who saw the baseline was open. He drove pretty hard to the bucket. He didn't get it to fall, but he was fouled by Sutherland. And now shooting 2 is Gonzalez. Neither team hitting on a free throw yet. Jefferson 0 for 2 from the line. Martinsburg 0 for 1.
Maybe a sign of the nervousness on both sides of basketball tonight that they haven't hit a free throw.
Well, I know head coaches just hate to see missed free throws because so many times, just like the last time they played, 3 or 4 points could separate a ball game from a win or a loss. Heads up play by Gonzalez, or Stevenson rather.
It doesn't appear he's going to be held scoreless tonight, Jay.
No, he's ready to play.
6 points.
Stevenson with 6. Martinsburg again having trouble finding their shot. Bootsy wants to run. Pulls up for 3. That's way off. Wow, Stevenson is on fire. And with that, Martinsburg wants a timeout. 16 to 6 is the score. The Jefferson Cougars lead by 10.
Penn Avenue Meats in Hagerstown would like you to know the difference between our custom-cut specialty meats and supermarket meat. Penn Avenue Meats specializes in fresh, top-quality beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and more. Penn Avenue Meats knows that quality and superior taste do not come wrapped in plastic. So, if you're tired of supermarket meat, experience the difference quality makes at Penn Avenue Meats, Pennsylvania Avenue, Hagerstown. Roach Oil and Inner Oil can help your family stay comfortable with money-saving heating and air conditioning equipment. Roach Oil can install a compact and attractive oil-fired boiler by Inner Oil. Energy-efficient, durable Inner Oil boilers are built for lifelong and easy maintenance. Roach Oil also sells and installs a variety of efficient warm air furnaces from Inner Oil. Quality and performance are part of every Inner Oil furnace. For more information about Inner Oil products, call Roach Oil at 263-3329.
A 10-point lead for the Jefferson Cougars, guys. They've looked good.
Looks real good. Bucci certainly gave them a record of 7-4. Since Bucci's been in the game, a 9-2 run, and they're now up 16-6.
Jamie Stevenson has been on fire, mostly on the offensive boards. They're not getting a body between him and the basket. His jumping ability is allowing him to get the ball and put it back in.
Martinsburg trying to break this 9-2 Jefferson spurt. Wow, Jamie Stevenson showing athletic ability. Kicks to Washington, he's short. Rebound, Washington throws it up. No. Gonzalez was fouled down low. I think it was before the shot.
I don't think they're going to count that.
No
How
shot.
about Bucci Washington getting up for that rebound? Inside with 7 other guys, and who pulls it down? The 5'7" guard for Jefferson.
Marlon Green was caught down low. It was before the shot. The bucket does not count. Jefferson inbounds. Bad pass. It goes right to Shallis. Up to Sprinkle. Sprinkle from 5. No. And a nice block by Joel Bowen.
Martinsburg just not hitting the 5-foot, 4-foot, 3-foot, 2-foot shots.
They are not having a good shooting night. Checking in now, Corey Grantham. He will take the place of Kip Shallis, who is yet to score.
They also are not using the pump fake underneath. When they get the ball, they're putting it right back up, and Jefferson is timing it perfectly for the blocks.
Bucci's first personal foul. Boy, he looks awfully relaxed, doesn't he?
Very confident.
16-6. Jefferson by 10, but they know that lead is not safe. The Cougars will run. Bucci, nice pass down low and give the bucket to Pedro Gonzalez.
There are not a lot of high school point guards who can make that pass in transition. Makes it look easy.
That's why he's so dangerous. You don't want to leave him alone because he'll hit the 3, but you have to get back and respect the man breaking in front of him because he can get it to just about anybody on the floor. 18-6, the lead is 12. That is the biggest lead for Jefferson. And again, that is Stevenson with the tip.
They're playing great weak side defense, stopping all the passing lanes. Martinsburg's got to make shorter passes. They're trying to go cross court, and it's not working.
They make the dangerous pass. They like to go all the way across the court. Jefferson is just smelling it out, knocking it away. They've been lucky so far that they haven't given up any easy buckets off the transition because Stevenson has been there a couple of times with the easy knockaway.
Richie Sutherland sat down. Tal Thompson back in the game. Sutherland looking very tired, and it's because he's carrying the brunt of the inside game for the Bulldogs.
Thompson to Green for 18. No. Mullen underneath. Yeah, give it to him right before the buzzer. So Larry Mullen helps to bring it back to within 10. Martinsburg trails Jefferson. We've played one. 18-8 is our score.
During President's Week, your Dodge dealer dares you to compare. Dodge Dakota 4x4 Club Cab with an available new Magnum V8. Out hauls, out tows, just plain out works any comparable Ford, Chevy, or import compact. Now, Dakota, just voted 4-Wheeler Magazine's Pickup of the Year, has $750 cash back. So make it your choice during the Dodge President's Week Dare to Compare Challenge.
When Brian asked me to test this high-efficiency heat pump, I said, sure, if I can test it my way. Check it out. Energy-saving copper tubing and a weather-resistant finish. Details that tell me that Bryant builds this baby to last.
Call IGM Electric for a free air conditioner or heat pump estimate today at 304-267-9000.
Now for the toughest test of all. The Jaeger test. Bryant, the right stuff to last.
3-2.
week when these two teams played, Jefferson jumped out to a 10-point lead at halftime. Martinsburg down 18-8 right now. There's a long way to go, and they don't need to panic yet, but they've got to start playing better basketball and doing better on the glass.
Yeah, 10-point lead is not safe. Martinsburg proved that just last Thursday night.
See if Bootsy Washington has a second quarter like he had last week when he lit it up for 17 points.
Good point, Kevin. You know, it's interesting to note that in the last game between Martinsburg and Jefferson, Bootsy had just 3 in the first quarter. He then lit it up for 17 in the second and did not score in the third and fourth. Bootsy!
Oh, great pass.
Somehow readjusted.
Great pass.
That was a great play all the way around.
Can't teach that, folks.
He went up in the air to take the 3 and then decided to dish it off the pole, and it hit the 15-footer.
Matt Sprinkle was right behind him, awaiting the block, too.
Yeah, it looked like he was even on the ball while he rearranged and shifted the pass. 20-8 is the score. Opening seconds of the second quarter. The winner moves on. Antonio Adams to inbound for the black and orange. They trail by 12. That's Sprinkle. Adams kicks it baseline to Thompson. His shot is off. Out of bounds against Jefferson.
You can't criticize Martinsburg's shot selection. It's been good. Most of their shots have been inside of 10 feet. They're not shooting well here in the first half.
And this is the exact same thing we saw last week. They missed layup after layup last week.
Well, that's not his shot, but he hits it. Tal Thompson, 18 feet away. 6'7" sophomore with his first 2 of the game. 20-10, lead back down to 10. Now Martinsburg knocks it away, and they're ready to cut into that lead and make it single digits again. Sprinkle with it up top, kicks to Adams. Long pass over to Hager. They're working the ball nicely now. Mullen's shot is no good. Coming out with the rebound is Gonzalez, and here comes Bootsy.
Oh, what a pass!
Wow.
Something, fellas. He's some player.
Just when you think he's committed to go into the hole, he dishes it off. Stevenson with 10 points. Martinsburg can't throw it in the ocean. Scotty Hager.
And Hager's hurt.
A finger. He is holding his hand.
Official's got to get a timeout here.
Martinsburg is down there. It's like they're playing 5-on-4 because Hager has been rendered helpless. And now comes the timeout.
I think it's his shoulder, actually, Jay. It looks like his shoulder may have popped out.
I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it is. He was holding his hand, but it may have been just trying to get some weight off of it. I'm not sure exactly what happened. He looks to be okay now, but...
Hager being attended to by one of the assistant coaches, Mike Hoffmaster from Martinsburg. He is visibly in pain. Matt Sprinkle played good defense on Bootsy. He just felt it and nailed it.
He's giving Adams that shot. He's got to hit it.
Here comes Bootsy. This time Adams knocks the pass away. Sprinkle with it. He comes out of the pack with the basketball.
And he wisely slows it down. 2-on-4 situation there.
Another cross-court pass taken away. Pedro Gonzalez with the theft. 25-10. Jefferson getting ready to blow this one open. And with that, here comes big number 35, Richie Sutherland, checking back in for Martinsburg. Larry Mullins takes the CDS too.
If anything bodes well for Martinsburg, it seems that all year long when they've started to get hot on the offensive end, it's because their defense started to make things happen. They may be down by 15, but the last few trips down the floor, the Bulldogs have played solid defense.
I'd be willing to guess, though, that about half of Jefferson's points have come in the transition game on the fast break. And those are relatively easy buckets. Martinsburg needs to get some of those if they're going to come back here.
Poland with the foul on Tal Thompson.
In the pregame, we talked about Bootsy Washington being nominated for the West Virginia State Player of the Year, and I think you'd get some votes right here because he's just showing it all. His speed is what amazes me on the fast break. He just explodes down the court.
Well-rounded player. He shoots, passes very well, handles the ball well. Does a little of everything. 25-10. 4:53 left in the first half. This has been all Jefferson. Martinsburg has never led. Chalice to Sutherland. Here's the Adams three-pointer.
Antonio needed that one. A little confidence builder.
Gonzalez comes right back and hits. Martinsburg needs to pick it up a notch here. Jefferson playing very relaxed, and they lead by 14 as a result.
After the Antonio Adams, it took Jefferson all of 7 seconds to come back and score.
Lewis now with 2 personals. The youngest cheerleader for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, trying to get him fired up. Adams all alone, now penetrates from 15. No, but a nice tip try for Thompson. He battles, and that's the kind of play they need inside from the 6'7" sophomore. He has 4 now.
We haven't seen many putbacks tonight from the Bulldogs. That may be the first one.
A turnover, and here comes Martinsburg. 2-on-2. Sprinkle loses it. Chalice kicks it back to Sutherland. To Adams, and he's fouled. That's going to be on Pedro Gonzalez, and that is his 3rd.
That hurts.
That really hurts, because with 3:49 to go, he's going to have to come out of the game now.
Immediately, Mike Sennett off the bench. He's been a good backup, though, all year long for the Cougars. He's a great athlete, and they're not going to lose that much. They'll lose it in the scoring column, but not on the defense or the rebounds.
Jefferson's really counted on Gonzalez to pick it up since Kevin Smith has lost academic problems earlier in the season, and he was having quite a year. Gonzalez has picked it up, and they can't afford to have him in foul trouble all game long here.
Yeah, you talk about losing Smith. They also lost Kidrick, and that is 2 very crucial elements to the game for Jefferson, but they've only lost once, and that was, no, actually they have lost twice since. They lost the very first game without those 2, and then they run off 7 straight wins. Bad pass from Poland, and that gives it back to the black and orange. 27-16, Martinsburg has managed to whittle it down to 11. The lead was as big as 15 for Jefferson. 3.5 to go, second quarter from the Butcher Athletic Center. Martinsburg has trailed all the way. Jefferson leads now 27-16, and there's another tip away. Give credit to Kip Chalice, who avoided the easy bucket.
And how about Sprinkle diving? I mean, you can't tell me this isn't a big game, guys.
Matt Sprinkle has been on the floor 3 or 4 times already. The guards play for Martinsburg. Boy, do they hustle.
Poland to Bootsy all alone. 9 now for Bootsy, and they've all been from behind the arc. 2 of them have been uncontested.
He didn't even square up to the basket that time. A shooter's lob. He still made it.
Adams, strong move inside, can't get it to go. Sutherland's put back, can't find the hole. Boy, it's been a rough one inside for Martinsburg. I don't have any numbers here on their shooting percentage, but I know inside the paint they have not been getting their shots.
When these 2 teams meet, it's almost a microcosm of the 1980 Celtics-Lakers battles. They were always close. The Celtics had to pound it inside to score. The Lakers could score at will. And, of course, the Lakers would be Jefferson.
Lewis is the shot. Lewis better watch himself here.
Yeah, they will not hesitate in a game like this to throw the T sign. That is... Actually, the foul went against Sennett, and he's just been in a very brief period of time, and he has 2 personals already.
Wise timeout for Jefferson, trying to settle Brett Lewis down a little bit.
3:01 to go in the first half. Jefferson leads 30-16.
For local or long-distance damage-free towing or rollback service, Big K's Towing Service and Body Shop Incorporated says, call us when you need us. Big K's is radio dispatched and will respond to your call anytime, night or day. We also have a full-service body shop offering fiberglass work, clear coating, state-of-the-art frame straightening, and professional auto glass installation. Insurance work is welcome and estimates are free. Big K's Towing Service and Auto Body on Route 45 West in Wood. Call 304-267-6922.
Is being sponsored in part by these local businesses. We urge you to do business with them and be sure to let them know how much you appreciate their support of local high school sports. Guys, Buick, Pontiac, Olds, GMC Incorporated, serving this area for 25 years. Smoot Insurance Agency, offering protection for your car, home, family, and business. Jefferson Memorial Hospital, where your health is our concern. Shawley's True Value Hardware, a part of the nation's largest hardware chain.
WYVN-TV, Fox 60, Martinsburg.
A 14-point lead. Kevin, good point. Jefferson needing a timeout to settle down their players, in particular Brett Lewis, who was a little unhappy with the last call.
Well, they have a 14-point lead, and John Lowry is an excellent coach. 3 minutes left here in the half. He doesn't want to see his team's excellent first half and lead dwindle away here in the final 3 minutes.
These two teams really playing to their nickname. The Cougars attacking their prey, quick, fast, and the Bulldogs kind of laying low in the corner, but when they need to be, they can be mean. We'll see if the Bulldogs live up to their reputation.
They may have to be mean in the second half, just like they did last Thursday. They needed it down the stretch. 30-16, a 14-point lead. Cal Thompson connecting on the first free throw of the night for either team. Thompson with 5 points. Make it 6, the lead down to 12 now, 30-18. And off the bench for Jefferson is number 12, Mark Clay. He'll come in for Joe Poland, who sits down with a bucket. The lineup now for Jefferson is Clay, Washington, Sennett, Stevenson, and Lewis. Clay for 3. That's way long.
Not the shot that John Lowry wanted to see his team take after a timeout.
Kip Challis goes in among the big trees, and he can't get a shot off. That's going to be a possession call, and the arrow is in the favor of the Jefferson Cougars. Checking the lineup quickly for Martinsburg. Right now, they have gone back to their starting lineup. They have in as guards Challis and Sprinkle, and a front line of Adams, Sutherland, and Big Tal Thompson.
With Gonzalez out of the ballgame, Martinsburg has a distinctive size advantage inside. We'll see if they take advantage of it here in the last 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Adams with the rebound. Brings it up on the near side. Adams has really had a hard time getting off any shots. They've done a good job defensively on him. He has just 5 points. Sutherland is Challis from 18. No. Rebounded Mike Sennett.
There's Mike Sennett. He boxed out well that time and came up with a rebound.
Cheerleaders saying, hey, I don't want any part of that pass.
Now, they haven't checked into the game yet for Martinsburg, but keep an eye out. Back into the game, good sign. Number 22, Scott Hager. So apparently, whatever injury he suffered seems to be okay now. Challis taking a seat. He's yet to score. In fact, Martinsburg has 0 points from their backcourt. Adams for 3, and that one's long. And that's going to have to change, guys. Martinsburg is going to need some points from their backcourt, or they're not going to get it done.
For no other reason than Jefferson's not even honoring it. Jefferson's saying, hey, take the three, take the outside shot until you hit it. We're gonna close down the inside game.
Not a bad strategy. It seemed to work so far. Did they call a goaltend?
I think they called Jamie Stevenson for a foul.
Yeah, they did. I wasn't sure. I didn't think that was goaltending, but I wasn't sure from the official's call. Stevenson's first personal foul. And of course, from here on, Martinsburg will be at the line shooting free ones. 30-18 is the score. Martinsburg trails by 12. They trailed by as many as 15. And they haven't been closer than 10 since the first quarter. Sutherland, 3 of 3 now from the free throw line. That's a pleasant surprise for head coach Dave Rogers. He misses that one. And Jefferson ready to come back now on offense. Bootsy facing token pressure now as he has Matt Sprinkle out in front. Joel Poland inside to Sennett. Sennett blocked by Hager, back to Poland. Boy, what hustle.
Great save by Lewis.
Thompson hooked Poland on the way to the basket, and you're not going to get away with that. You're going to have to pay for that. Thompson now with his first personal foul. That is just the 4th for Martinsburg, but because he was in the act, no, I guess he wasn't in the act of shooting. He was driving, so Jefferson inbound. 30-19, the lead is 11. Since sitting out the first 3:23, Bootsy Washington has played every minute. He has 9, all of them from right there. Boy, he knows he's got it now. He knows he has his touch, and this is when he can really be dangerous. What a shooter.
Unreal.
You have to think there's a place in college basketball for the 5'8" senior because he does everything so well. Martinsburg will set up for one. 33-19. They trail by 14, and there's 14 on the clock left in the first half.
I would imagine that the campus you're on right now, that basketball team wouldn't mind having Bootsy in their lineup.
Sutherland can't get it to go.
Great first half for the Cougars. They could not have played a better first half.
Absolutely, a fantastic first half, especially for Bootsy Washington, who had 12. 33-19 is our score. We'll be back with halftime numbers right after this.
If you're in the market for a home, don't miss the Valley Showcase of Homes, Sunday, 12:30 p.m. right here on WYVN. From the comfort of your own living room, you can view the finest homes available in the tri-state area. When you see a home you like, it's a simple matter to contact a participating realtor and arrange a tour. Or if you would like to have your home included in the Valley Showcase of Homes, call CP Productions at 301-663-0648. The Valley Showcase of Homes, where the finest homes in the Valley are seen every Sunday at 12:30 p.m. on WYVN Fox 60.
Today's Jefferson Martinsburg basketball game is being sponsored in part by these local businesses. We urge you to do business with them and be sure to let them know how much you appreciate their support of local high school sports. Guys, Buick, Pontiac, Olds, GMC Incorporated, serving this area for 25 years. Smoot Insurance Agency, offering protection for your car, home, family, and business. Jefferson Memorial Hospital, where your health is our concern. Shawley's True Value Hardware, a part of the nation's largest hardware chain.
We're at the half at the Butcher Athletic Center, and it's been all Jefferson, fellas. 33-19 is the score. Jamie, quickly talk about Martinsburg and what they're going to need to do to get back in it. Obviously, you look at the scoring sheet, and you say they're going to need more points.
Their backcourt. We touched on it in the first half. If they're going to get back in this game, they're going to have to start on the defensive end. Start making things happen, tip balls, rebounding, and then start running the floor. You have to attack Jefferson to beat them, I believe.
Cal Thompson led the way for the Bulldogs with 7, Antonio Adams 5, Richie Sutherland 4, and Larry Mullins just a bucket, and that's all the scoring that the Bulldogs could come up with. First half for Jefferson, well, really a tale of two players, Bootsy Washington and Jamie Stevenson. Washington with 12, all from behind the line.
Well, I think give Bootsy Washington credit, but also credit the inside game for Jefferson. Before Bootsy even got in the game, these guys came out to play. Gonzalez was in foul trouble, and as you say, Stevenson had a big first half. That opened things up with Bootsy Washington. When he can dribble around 3 guys and pull up and make a three-pointer, you can't stop that. He's some player. If he stays hot in the second half, I don't care what Martinsburg does, I don't see them coming back to win this game. Well, they're going to have to stop Bootsy Washington.
They have their work cut out for them. They trail by 14, and the big thing that Washington has meant to the Cougars, not just the 12 points, but he's been really dishing the basketball very well for the Cougars, and they've looked good. Right now, we're at the half. 33-19 is the score. I think it's going to be a great second half, just as it was last time. You know, last time Martinsburg trailed by 10, and Jamie, you and I sat right here and watched him come back from that 10-point deficit, and they pulled it out.
Kevin said the key to Martinsburg coming back is to stop Bootsy Washington, and they literally did in the second half last week. He did not score. I don't think we're going to see that happen again, and Kevin is right. The forwards set the tone immeasurably today. I mean, Bootsy did not start. They came in and were all over the place.
One other thing to mention, Pedro Gonzalez with 3 personal fouls. He sat out much of the second quarter. 33-19 is our score. We'll be back with the exciting second half after this.
Martinsburg Printing Company has been meeting the printing needs of the business and professional community for 70 years by setting standards for excellence in the Tri-County area. We offer state-of-the-art services ranging from typesetting and design to the production of newsletters, carbonous forms, and brochures.
Join our hundreds of satisfied customers by letting us take care of all your printing needs. Call 267-6281 or stop by and see us at 122 South Church Street. Martinsburg Printing, your full-service printer.
This is a waterbed from McCoy's Waterbed Showcase. It's called a soft side. Maybe you didn't know they look like a regular bed. Maybe you didn't know you could use your own bedroom furniture or bedding. Maybe you didn't know just how comfortable and helpful they are. Land and Sky soft sides. Maybe it's time to come see for yourself at McCoy's Waterbed Showcase. Visit McCoy's in Harrisonburg, Winchester, Waynesboro, and Charlottesville. Open evenings and Saturdays to better serve you. Open Sundays in Charlottesville and Winchester.
33-19, a 14-point lead for the Jefferson Cougars as we're ready to go. Second half action, and Martinsburg has their work cut out for them down 14.
Certainly do. I think the first 5 minutes here, second half, are going to tell a big story. Martinsburg can come out, make some inside shots, make some layups, some easy baskets. Again, they didn't really have an easy basket in the first half. They need to get a few of those, and I think as Jamie alluded to in the first half, it starts on the defensive end.
Sutherland gets off a nice shot, but can't get it to go. And Antonio Adams picks up his second personal foul.
I was in the locker room area as the teams came out. Jefferson came running out, screaming, fired up, looking for blood. Martinsburg came walking out calmly. Evidently, Coach Rogers just said to the team, look, you've had a long, hard season. This could be your last game. This could be your last half of basketball, so he played to the emotions of the seniors.
Dave Rogers knows what it's going to take for his club to beat Martinsburg. We heard him at 6 o'clock on our newscast say, we're going to have to play perfect. It's just that simple. And I think he's aware that he is the underdog in this game, and he may be out-talented, but, you know, a lot of times it's not the best 5 players, it's the 5 players that want it the most, and that was the case Thursday night. Jefferson obviously has more talent, but Martinsburg was not going to come out on the short end last Thursday.
Excellent pass from Bootsy Washington right there. Easy bucket for Stevenson.
Boy, the lead back to 16 now. This is the biggest lead for the Cougars. Adams has to start taking things into his own hands also.
And like he just did it, take it inside. They're going to give it to you. Bring the ball up close in. Don't shoot it from outside.
He's been waiting for the ball to come to him, and then he's either been shooting it from where he gets the ball or passing it. He hasn't been dribbling, penetrating, and making things happen. I think you'll see that in the second half. Last Thursday when they played, he only had 2 points in the entire first half. He came out on fire in the second half, and he was the difference. Subs now coming in for Jefferson. Number 12 is Mark Clay. Number 50, Pedro Gonzalez, back into the game. Remember, he has 3 personals.
Sennett and Poland sit down. That last ball, tipped by Sprinkle, was a close play. Really could have gone either way.
35-21. Jefferson up by 14. They've never trailed. Kip Schallis doing a great job to keep it alive and turn it back over to Martinsburg. Sprinkle into Sutherland. Now out to Schallis for three.
Big shot for Schallis, big shot for the Bulldogs. They've got to establish the fact that they can hit that shot to open the inside game.
That is the first points of the night for Kip Schallis, 35-24, and now Jefferson has their lead down to 11. Bootsy fouled by Matt Sprinkle. That'll be his first.
No one on the floor hustles more than Matt Sprinkle, but that was a case where he tried to do a little bit too much. Would have been a little wiser to slow it down in that case. A lot of times the crowd in a big game like this can make players do some things that maybe they wouldn't normally do.
Sprinkle on Bootsy. Inside it goes. The turnaround for Stevenson is no good. Nice play by Clay. Ball knocked around. Martinsburg has the numbers. Sprinkle to Schallis from 15. Schallis now with 5 quick points. And the lead is down to single digits for the first time since the first quarter, and Jefferson will take a timeout.
Thorne Lumber in Martinsburg is expanding. That's right. Thorne Lumber has expanded their showroom to bring you greater selection and greater value. Like this automatic garage door opener from Chamberlain. At Thorne Lumber, you'll also find a huge selection of hard-working Stanley hand tools, as well as a full line of Makita power tools. Thorne Lumber also has a wide selection of hardware, including quality cabinet hardware by Allison. Come to the newly expanded Thorne Lumber for brand name selection and quality at affordable prices. Thorne Lumber, 310 North Raleigh Street, Martinsburg.
What type of accounting services can you find at Cox Alamong Nichols, the Eastern Panhandle's largest independent CPA firm? For over 25 years, we've provided businesses and individuals with all types of income tax preparation and planning. We offer computerized accounting and computer system installation, as well as auditing and financial planning. Cox Alamong Nichols CPAs in Martinsburg at 263-0891 or in Charlestown at 725-6525.
Martinsburg has come out red hot in the third quarter, just as they did Thursday. They have outscored Jefferson 7-2 in the third quarter, and they've cut the lead to 9 at 35-26, but it is Jefferson's basketball.
One of the main reasons, Kip Schallis, he's one of the seniors on the Bulldogs team. He's got a different look in his eyes, as if he doesn't want this to be his last basketball game. He's playing great.
He has 5 here in the third quarter. Martinsburg has 7 as a team. 5.5 to go in the third. Stevenson gets the roll. Jamie Stevenson now has 14 points. He has come to play tonight. Whoa!
Soft touch that time from Antonio. Nice soft touch, got the roll.
Adams with 5 here in the third quarter. And it has been all Adams and Schallis. The two of them have 10 in this quarter. Martinsburg with the turnover. Adams.
Smart.
Very
smart play.
Adams is starting to take control here, and that could be trouble for Jefferson.
Should have been a foul call there, guys.
I think they realized it, too. There was a foul eventually called on Lewis, but they missed it. It should have been a little earlier.
Thompson got hammered.
This is the way the third quarter started against Hedgesville for Martinsburg. Things started to go their way. They started to play a lot harder and make things happen.
That's actually a break for Jefferson because Lewis and Stevenson were both down there on Thompson. They called the foul on Stevenson instead of Lewis. If they would have picked Lewis, it would have been his third. Boy, another cross-court pass. Schallis fakes the three, then penetrates, and he's short. And I think Jefferson, it looked like Jefferson may have touched it last and then let it go, but the referee says no, and he had the best view in the house. 4.5 to play, 37-29. The Jefferson lead is down to 8.
This is a big trip up the floor. They can go up by 10 or 11. If they miss, Martinsburg can close to 6.
Well, they're going to get Cal Thompson for behind the back, but actually it looked like a good block. Kind of tough to call from over here, but that doesn't matter at this point because Stevenson is on the stripe for a pair. 37-29. 4:12 left, third quarter. We're at the Butcher Athletic Center on the campus of Shepherd College. Jamie Staten, Kevin Nathan, and Jay Crawford with the call. And this has been very similar to the game just 1 week ago. Stevenson with the miss. He is 0 for 3 from the line tonight, but he has 14 on the game. All 14 points coming from field goal.
Boy, that would have been huge for the Cougars.
Suddenly, it is Jefferson having a trouble finding their inside shot. Martinsburg now with a chance to cut this to 6. Sprinkle, nice drive.
Oh, what a move. Good tip in by Thompson.
What a drive for Matt Sprinkle, and then a great follow for Tal Thompson, who has 9.
We have seen this before. This is no surprise. Martinsburg is a comeback team. They have been all year. See if Jefferson can hang on.
Poland, give him the bucket and the foul.
That's what Tim Chalice could do on that one. Pretty good defense, but a great move by Mark Poland.
Boy, Poland did a good job to readjust his shot in midair. He gets the bucket and draws the foul, and it's 39-31. The lead now could be back to 9. Poland with 4 on the night, and he'll stay there. Jefferson, though, gets the rebound. Stevenson kicks it to Bootsy. Sprinkle all over Washington.
I'm going to say, give Sprinkle some credit. He's doing a heck of a job on Bootsy in the second half.
Wow, nice follow there.
Athletic ability that time.
It's athletic ability in its finest form right there, folks.
Oh, there's a design play, and it almost worked. Actually, it's just as good as a bucket because he was fouled. On the inbound, they had a seam set up in the middle of the paint, and they got the bouncer, which was a lead pass to the cutter inside. It went to Brett Lewis. He got the shot off, but was fouled. And whistled for the foul was Tal Thompson, and now he has 3. He's got 2 quick ones here in the third quarter.
What a trip up the floor this has been for Jefferson. They're knocking on the door. They just can't score. 2 missed free throws by Stevenson. Lewis misses a shot. Martinsburg turns the ball over when they get it. And Stevenson has a couple chances. Finally, they score.
Brett Lewis with 3 on the game. 40-31. The Cougars lead by 9 with 3:13 to go in the third. Lewis is 2 for 2 from the line. And the lead is back to 10. Martinsburg needs to show patience here. Adams has confidence in that because he didn't hesitate. He went right in and took it. On Pedro Gonzalez.
Bootson's a little out of control that time.
Good point, Kevin. He went in very strong and put a shot up. He probably should have dished it off because he was in no position to shoot the ball.
Martinsburg is fortunate to have the ball. Jefferson had 3 players in defensive position for the rebound.
Wow, they got Richie Sutherland for the foul before Jefferson can get it out. That is Sutherland's second. Martinsburg faithful don't agree, but nothing they can do about it.
They're not exactly letting these guys play here in the second half. A lot of fouls called.
A lot of fouls. And it may come into who has the stronger bench because at this point, Jefferson has Gonzalez with 3, Stevenson and Lewis with 2, also Sennett with 2. Tal Thompson has 3 for Martinsburg. Adams and Sutherland now also with 2. So no one in real foul trouble, but You have to keep an eye on Gonzalez and Thompson. Brett Lewis. The lead is 10.
About Sprinkle's shot.
Wow, nice touch for Tal Thompson.
Thompson's picking up a lot of loose balls on the offensive end. And they're going to have it because really with the exception of Antonio Adams and a couple of shallow shots, they're still not making a lot of shots from the outside.
Boy, Stevenson has really turned it up. 16 for the 6'2 junior. That is 3 better than his season average. All alone is Kip Challis. Guys, there's some shooters in this game that if you leave them all alone out on the wing, they'll hit it.
Not the prettiest shooting for him, but the kid gets it done.
And he wants the ball right now. That's what you have to respect.
Now Martinsburg with a chance to cut it to 5. A three-pointer cuts it to 4. And they haven't been that close since very early in the first quarter. Bad pass, and that's going to give it back to the Cougars. They wanted to set something up, weak side, to Tal Thompson. It was just a bad pass. Jefferson will take over. They lead by 7. And again, no scoring from Bootsy Washington in the third quarter, and we only have 50 seconds to play.
I was going to say that.
Nice job by Stevenson to realize he was being guarded by the shorter Kip Challis, but he just couldn't get it to fall.
Nice pass. Boy, that hurt because it was a nice pass from Matt Sprinkle, and they just can't convert. Kevin Crawford a little hard. Bootsy, beautiful dish. Give him the bucket and the foul.
Give it to him, but I don't know, guys. Bootsy may have taken an extra step there. They didn't call it. But in any case, a pretty good play.
Unbelievable play. It was a wraparound bounce pass in front of his man to a wide open Pedro Gonzalez, who is streaking up right side. He gets the bucket and draws the foul, and now Jefferson with his chance to stretch it back to 10.
If I'm a Jefferson player, I gotta love playing with Bootsy Washington. All the times he sets these guys up for easy baskets.
You always have to be ready to get the basketball because you never know when it's coming your way. Kind of like playing with Magic Johnson, like I would know, right? 47-38, 28 ticks to go, third quarter, 9-point Cougar lead. And that's going to be short. Jefferson gets the rebound. Gonzalez, making Stevenson. No, Lewis can't get it. All kinds of rebounding for Jefferson.
5 rebounds. 6, and that's 4 on Gonzalez.
That was a heads-up play for Jefferson all the way around. Keeping the ball alive. All kinds of second chances. They couldn't get the shots to go. And now some subs coming in for Jefferson. Mike Sennett will take over for Gonzalez. We will not see him now until probably the 4-minute mark of the fourth, unless they really need him. He has 4 personals, 1 more, and he sits. So Sennett will try to pick up some of the... He has yet to score tonight. He has 2 personals. They'll take the last shot, will Martinsburg. Clock at 5. They trail by 9. They better hurry. Sprinkle. No. That 3 would have made it interesting, cutting it to 6, but he can't do it. But nonetheless, Martinsburg has to be pleased. They cut a 14-point lead down to 9. It's 47-38. We have 8 minutes to go.
Hi, I'm Kathy Smart of the Downtown Athletic Club in Winchester, Virginia, and I'd like to offer you 1 free week's membership in the largest, best-equipped fitness club in the northern Shenandoah Valley. We have state-of-the-art equipment, including life cycles, Stairmasters, and treadmills. We also have racquetball courts, free weights, jazzercise, jazzer step, free babysitting, and lots more. Come by today to 304 South Loudon Street or call us at 703-667-0904 for your free week.
Today's Jefferson Martinsburg basketball game is being sponsored in part by these local businesses. We urge you to do business with them and be sure to let them know how much you appreciate their support of local high school sports. Guys, Buick, Pontiac, Olds, GMC Incorporated, serving this area for 25 years. Smoot Insurance Agency, offering protection for your car, home, family, and business. Jefferson Memorial Hospital, where your health is our concern. Shawley's True Value Hardware, a part of the nation's largest hardware chain.
47-38, it's a 9-point advantage for the Jefferson Cougars, who have never trailed in this game. They've led by as many as 16, and they've had a double-digit lead virtually all the way.
Well, Martinsburg's been able to stop Bootsy Washington in the second half. It hasn't made that much of a difference. They still trail by 9 points. It's got to start at the defensive end for the Bulldogs. They've got to somehow shut down the inside game of the Cougars.
And look at Bootsy getting the fans up on their feet. An interesting point, guys. I can only remember him taking one shot in the third quarter, and I'm not sure that's the kind of game John Lowry has in mind for Bootsy Washington. Adams, nice shake and bake in the paint. Wow.
Oh, wow.
And great defense by Jefferson.
What a steal. Oh, Dallas, great play.
Kip Shallis
Heads up basketball.
put it up and in. Immediately, this game's down to 5. They haven't been this close since the first quarter.
Jefferson now settling in. Sennett thought about it, then pulls out. 47-42. Martinsburg gets 4 quick points to open the first quarter. Stevenson can't get it. And the foul will be on Jefferson.
Can you feel the momentum swinging, guys? This is unbelievable.
It is swinging, there's no doubt about it. The lead that was 14 at the break is now down to 5 for Jefferson. And they have got a chance to repeat history from just 1 week ago tonight. Adams, cross court to Shallis for 3. And Lewis rebounds.
One of the problems Kip Shallis has, he's an excellent shooter when he's wide open, but he's got a very slow release.
Bootsy!
And that's the quickest release you'll see in the Panhandle, folks.
Boy, I'm telling you, just that quick, he can swing the tide.
This is what memories are made of. Senior year, 6 minutes left in the ball game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bootsy just take control.
Lewis with the rebound, and boy, Bootsy wanted that basketball right away. Watch him, folks. Oh, he's all alone now. Lewis can't get the handle. 2-on-1 now. Shallis goes all the way, and Bootsy will be called for the foul. Good call.
Good call. Bootsy was close to getting in position, but I don't think he was firmly established.
He was still sliding.
He was moving.
Every trip up the floor, Jen, can become so important. For Martinsburg, you want to see the ball in the hands of Shallis, Adams, and Thompson, the 3 seniors. For Jefferson, of course, Bootsy has got to have the ball.
Bootsy with 15 now on the game, and they have all been 3-pointers. Shallis gets the big free throw. And Kip Shallis, after a scoreless first half, has really picked it up now. He has 11 points, all in the second half. Give him 12. The lead is 6. 50-44. Jefferson leads by 6. We have 6 minutes to go. Don't go away. This one is getting good. Wow, the 3 for Gonzalez.
Where did that come from?
And give Jefferson credit, because last Thursday, where they didn't answer the call, so far, every time Martinsburg has brought it close, this time they've answered. And here comes Adams. Adams now with 12 second half points. He has 17. And you can hold a mirror up to last Thursday's game, and you'll see tonight's game. Amazingly similar. Bootsy drives and shoots. 2-on-1. Sprinkle. Great move.
Oh, there's balls on his cylinder.
Wow. Goaltending. That is a very difficult call to make. That is
You see that in slow motion.
It actually did look like the ball was on the top of the rim.
That is a tough call to make. I don't know if I can make that call if I'm an official. I'm not saying it wasn't goaltending, but it wasn't an obvious goaltend, and in a high school game where you rarely see it called, I'm not so sure, guys. That's a tough call to make. You got to respect the officials, though, because they never hesitated. He called it right away. Boy, wouldn't have that been interesting? Lewis!
Brett Lewis, big basket.
55-47. 4.5 to play in the game. And in the season for one of these two teams. Inside it goes to Thompson. It was blocked. He still got it off. Thompson with 2 rebounds.
And 4 guys around him.
Out of bounds with Poland right in front of us.
Thompson got mauled inside. 4 guys around him that time.
We're seeing a game that people are going to talk about for a while, at least for a year. This will get them through the summer. Boy, are these guys hustling.
5-5, 4-7. Jefferson has the edge. They lead by 8, but you get the feeling that an 8-point lead is not much in a game like this.
Martinsburg has played a great fourth quarter. You have to give credit to Jefferson for holding them off so far.
Yeah, good point, Jamie, because they really have done a good job. They have kept them at bay by answering the call every time Martinsburg comes up with a big bucket. Adams for 3. And Bootsy with the board. Wow, what a spin move.
Oh!
Boy, he feels it. Bootsy just feels it right now. He is in that groove. And you really weren't sure if he was going to shoot or pass until the very last second.
No idea. I mean, you can't defend that. There's not a high school athlete in this area that can defend that.
And the best part about it is that from the beginning of the game, he's had a smile on his face. This is great. He's having fun, and that's what it's all about.
Well, he plays awfully relaxed.
Well, the truly great athletes, Jay, have poise under pressure, and Bootsy Washington is certainly a guy who fits into that category.
That is the first free throw for Stevenson. He was 0 for 5 on the night from the line. He now has 17, and he has led the way. Bootsy is next with 15 for the Cougars. Thompson inside, off the window. They need about 6 more of those from Thompson, because that's the way they can play a good game, is go inside. It's tough to stop. 56-49, the lead is 7. Martinsburg is hung tough. 3.5 to go, and now Jefferson is content to let that clock tick away.
Pretty good move here, I think. Slow it down, force Martinsburg to come out in a man-to-man. Maybe isolate Bootsy Washington and let him do his thing.
They almost threw it away. Bootsy back to Poland. I think the no-shoot light is on now. It is. They're not looking for anything. And not a bad move for Martinsburg, because almost a minute it ticked off the clock. You hate to foul anyone, but Jefferson has not been hitting their free throws on the night. I have them just 3 for 11. So they haven't been real impressive from the stripe, shooting less than 30%. So put them on the line and make them win it there.
Here comes Sutherland, Crawford, and Kip Chalice back into the game. Mullins, Thompson, and Hager will sit down. A quicker lineup for Martinsburg.
Now these free throws become very big. Poland hitting the first, giving Jefferson an 8-point advantage. 2:48 left. Jefferson by 8. 9.
Couple big ones right there for Joel Poland. Kind of an unsung hero on this Cougar team.
Oh, nice move for Crawford. But Lewis comes out of the pack with it. Bootsy. And now Martinsburg is really in a tough situation. They trail by 9, 2:25 to go, and it's going to take a Jefferson turnover.
Look at Bootsy, folks. Finally gets it taken away.
That one actually went up through the hoop.
I think one of your shots, Jay.
Adams wanted to dunk. He had the breakaway, and he went up strong. He lost the handle on it. And they're going to call Poland for the foul, but it is not an intentional like Dave Rogers wants.
Having to guard Bootsy Washington is a task that I don't think many people would embellish. But Matt Sprakel did a great job down the floor that time. He's been all over Bootsy all game. He's done as good a job as you can.
It's a good foul on Jefferson's part. A dunk there for Adams. He's really ignited the Bulldogs.
Adams with the miss. Dave Rogers wants to take a timeout, and we'll do the same. 58:49 to go. Jefferson by 9, 2:15 to play.
In the Mountain State, a lot of business deals are signed with little more than a handshake and a promise. It's that same trust that brings business and homeowners to the Mid-Atlantic Group. As an independent insurance agency, the Mid-Atlantic Group can find you the best coverage at the best rates. In fact, the Mid-Atlantic Group offers the lowest business and homeowners rates you'll find anywhere. For business and homeowners insurance, put your trust in the Mid-Atlantic Group, serving eastern West Virginia with 4 convenient locations.
Martinsburg Swing airs every Saturday at 6 p.m. on WYVN Fox 60. We tape the show every other Sunday at 2 p.m. at Honey Bears in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Call 304-264-0252 for the dates. Spectators and dancers are invited to come on down.
3-2. 9-point edge. Martinsburg had that lead down to 5 points. They just could not deliver the knockout punch. At least not yet.
Just saw one of the Shepherd basketball players, Pat Ramey. They, of course, will be shown here on Fox 60 this weekend. Their big game against the University of Charleston. Best of 3 series to determine the overall champion in the WBC season. Should be a good one Saturday.
It should be, and of course, we will have the delayed broadcast Sunday afternoon. And Shepherd has their back against the wall. A Charleston victory means they go to Kansas City. Shepherd needs to win just to force the 3rd game back in the capital city. Oh, that time Adams comes through. And the lead is 8. Plenty of time. 2:11 to go. Jefferson has never trailed. Brett Lewis with it. And I don't think they're going to shoot the basketball because they have Jamie Stevenson all alone. He was baseline, and they didn't even look that way. Martinsburg's going to have to force a turnover. They almost get it. Lewis thought about it and then remembered what the coach just told him and said, I better not.
It's a well-coached ball club.
The instinct, I think, was there for him to shoot. He turned around and saw no one in his face, and he thought, yeah. And then I think he remembered, no, I'm not supposed to shoot. I can't do that. 58-50, 1:41 to go. Bootsy will go to the line for 2.
While we were on the subject of Brett Lewis, he's had a big 4th quarter, and really the whole 2nd half. He's come up with some big rebounds and some easy buckets underneath to keep Martinsburg at bay.
Bootsy on the line here for the bonus.
No such thing as a comfortable 8-point lead. 1:41 left. Every free throw crucial down the stretch.
Bootsy hits. And guys, that's his first point that was not off a 3-pointer on the evening. He has 5 trifectas. He has 15 from behind the arc. He has 16 now in the game. 59-50. It's a 9-point edge for the Cougars. 1:41 to go. 101 seconds separate Jefferson from the sectional crown. Martinsburg needs a 3 in a hurry because there's only 1:30 to go. They've got their 3-point specialist in, Corey Grantham. He has seen very little time, but it doesn't matter because they're in the middle of a scrum now down on the floor for the basketball. 1:25 left. Checking back in is Matt Sprinkle. He'll take the place of Kip Shallis. So now the 2 best three-point shooters are in the game for Martinsburg. in Sprinkle and Corey Grantham. Look for them to set up a three from one of those two players off the inbounds.
And they're going to need one right now, Jay. They absolutely have to get a three-point shot here and cut it to 7. Buck 25 left.
Grantham for 3. Way off. Sutherland. Blocked from behind. Bootsy. Oh, man.
I had a feeling he was going to do that, but that's one of the problems, and you can make passes like that having everyone else on the same page.
Boy, that was a nice effort. Behind the back bouncer.
I don't think John Lowry liked it too much.
You don't see many of those in high school ball. No, I'm sure Coach Lowry is second-guessing that. Nice pass there by Grantham. It goes to Sutherland. He is blocked and fouled by Brett Lewis, but I think at this point, it's going to be too little, too late for Martinsburg because Jefferson is not about to let the Martinsburg Bulldogs repeat what happened last Thursday.
What a tough task for Grantham coming into the game here. Minute 20 to go, minute 15 now, minute 3. He virtually hasn't played tonight, and they're expecting him to come in and nail a couple threes. Not an easy task.
Yeah, it's tough to do that when you're cold. It's tough to do that when you're not, but there's a lot of pressure there. Big hit here for Sutherland. That is his first point, guys, of the second half. In fact, Jefferson just did an outstanding job of shutting down the inside game all night long. Uh-oh. Stevenson wanted it, and I think Sutherland said, you may beat us, but you're not going to beat us that way.
That's right.
Take a look at the front line right now for Jefferson. Gonzalez, Stevenson, Brett Lewis. Folks, they're all back next year. Do you think there's going to be a drop-off in the level of play for Jefferson just because Bootsy's leaving? Not much.
And if Kevin Smith can get his academic woes and straightened out, he'll be back next season.
Bootsy is the main cog to this wheel, but the basis is there for a good team next year, a good solid team. But if you talk to Coach Lowry next fall, he'll be the first to tell you the loss of Bootsy Washington is going to be very big. But they do have the nucleus there. They'll be young at the first part of the year. They'll be a little green, but as the season goes on, they'll learn how to play and how to win without Bootsy. Grantham. Can't get it.
Look at these guys. 8-point lead, 30 seconds left. Jefferson not slowing down a bit. Guy gets the ball in the paint. There's going to be three guys in his face every single time.
Jefferson is going to call a timeout. They're going to think about this. They have an 8-point lead. 33 seconds to go. We'll stay right here. I think the big difference in this game as opposed to last Thursday's, despite the fact that Bootsy has only 5 in the second half, Jefferson as a team was there to answer when Martinsburg made it close. Every time it was a 5-point game, Jefferson would come right back with a 3 or a big bucket and a foul inside. Last Thursday, they could not do that.
There's really something to be said for that from a psychological standpoint. You know, they always use the adage in baseball, if you have a big inning offensively, the next inning your pitcher wants to ideally shut them down. And that's essentially what's happened here tonight. Martinsburg is going a little bit of a run. Jefferson would come right back. Jefferson goes on a run and they're able to shut Martinsburg down. Martinsburg has never gotten hot to the point where they've gone on a 9, 10, 11, 12-point streak tonight.
Give credit to the Bulldogs for a fine season. Coach Dave Rogers lost all 5 of his senior starters last year. He came back with a lot of other seniors like Kip Shallis, Antonio Adams, Tal Thompson, Scott Hager, Larry Mullins, and Marlon Green. Those 6 players are seeing their last basketball action in high school. And what a year they've had for the Bulldogs.
Well, they're not ready to give up the fight, I can tell you that. Sutherland hits both of these, and it's down to 6. And let me refresh your memories, folks. Martinsburg led by 6 at their place with 33 seconds to go. Jefferson tied it, sent it to overtime, and ended up winning. Dave Rogers and John Lowry are both thinking the same thing. They know that a 6-point lead in a rivalry of this magnitude, in a game of this magnitude, is not a big lead.
A steal here on the inbounds would be big.
Adams goes for it. Loose ball. Boy, are they hustling now. Stevenson was fouled. I think they're going to get number 13, Kip Shallis.
Kind of hustle just epitomizes what Kip Shallis brings to this basketball team. All-out hustle all the time. Coach's dream.
The good news for Jefferson, they get to go to the line to increase their lead, possibly. The good news for Martinsburg, only 3 seconds ticked off the clock. If Stevenson misses, they get the ball back.
Stevenson has really had trouble hitting from the line. He is 1 for 6. But he hits when he needs to.
And that's big because now Jefferson can lay off Martinsburg, let them hit a couple threes, and 2 threes aren't going to tie or win this game.
That is a big point.
Jefferson needs to attack the perimeter on their defense, not give up an easy 3.
Lewis goes to the basket, shoots, he is fouled. And boy, just take a look at John Lowry, sitting there cool, calm, and collected on the Jefferson bench. 61-54, it's a 7-point edge. Coach Lowry would probably tell you he wouldn't mind losing 1 game last Thursday as long as he could win this one. Because in the end, it's this one that everyone will remember. Boy, 2 misses here in the last minute for Jefferson. Adams to Shallis. He hits, and they should call a timeout.
They do, 14 seconds. 2 baskets, a 3 and a 2 to tie.
(61-56), 5 points as Martinsburg discusses their strategy. And, you know, I guess as a head coach, what you're telling your players, if you're down by 5, you're telling them, obviously, you have to steal the ball. You have to. And they want to knock that inbound pass away. But secondly, if they do get the first pass off, don't let them make that second pass before you foul. Because if you do,
another 5, 6 ticks.
Yeah, the clock is your biggest enemy at this point, obviously.
They've had success stealing the inbounds play. Martinsburg with a full court press, obviously, here as Jefferson will inbounds under their own basket. Everybody needs to be aware of where the ball is at all times and go after it. And Martinsburg has to be careful not to give up the long home run pass, too.
They will overload the zone here. All 10 players behind the timeline as Jefferson will try to get it in.
Double on Bootsy.
They get it to Bootsy. He is fouled immediately. 1 second goes off the clock. And now Bootsy goes to the line for a big one.
But if you're Jefferson, that's who you want to have shooting your free throws at this point.
Yeah, exactly. You want your cool senior on the line. He knows what this game means. He's been here before. Actually, I think from the Jefferson standpoint, Stevenson is their coldest free throw shooter, at least tonight. He has missed 6 of 8 attempts. So they wisely did not get him the basketball because that, if you play the percentages, you're probably not going to get the free throw. Bootsy hits. He is 3 of 3 from the line. He's been relatively quiet here in the second half, just 6 points, but that's really all they've needed from him because they're up by 6, and I guess that's the difference.
Again, another big free throw here because this can put Jefferson over that 6-point mark and completely ice this ball game.
He hits. Jefferson 8 for 12 in the last 4 minutes from the free throw line.
Shallis gets the bucket in close, but at this point, it's really pretty academic. 63-58, the lead is 5. And what basically they're doing now is exchanging bucket for bucket. And eventually, Martinsburg will run out of sand.
Give the Cougars credit. We always talk about it in the game of basketball. Free throw shooting down the stretch, how important it is. And Jefferson, from the line in the last 5 minutes of this ball game, has been dynamite.
Antonio Adams really came to life for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, and so did Kip Shallis. We talked about this at half. Shallis hadn't scored. Shallis comes out with 16 second-half points. Adams comes out with 13 second-half points. He has 18 on the night. It just wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough, but a valiant effort from Martinsburg, because I think even Dave Rogers would be the first to admit, like we alluded to earlier, Jefferson really a little more talent in this particular basketball season.
63-58, 5 ticks, and Jefferson is sectional champion. The inbound knocked away by Antonio Adams. The second is gone, and now there are 4 seconds left. And really, in this situation, it wouldn't really hurt just to throw the ball long, because if Martinsburg, even if they intercept it long, they're not going to be able to get 5 points on one shot. I think John Lowry knows that. He's going to call a timeout, and I think that's what they're going to talk about. Yeah, he wants to talk it over, because guys, all they have to do is throw the basketball long. As soon as the player touches it, the clock will start. Even if Martinsburg gets a three-pointer, by the time they get up the floor, the clock's going to be gone.
Ball game.
You're right. Jefferson has 5 seconds to inbound. If Martinsburg was to score, there's only 4 ticks on the clock.
And I'm sure that John Lowry will tell you he doesn't care what the final score is. 63-62 gets you to the next level.
I think we're seeing the better basketball team win. Jefferson was in the top 10 high school rankings for Class 3A all year long. They've proved it all season long, only losing 3 times, just once in West Virginia, that to Martinsburg. The Bulldogs came on this year. They played some good basketball towards the end of the year. They're just a little better athletes for Jefferson.
More to play. 63-58. And that's what they do. They throw it long, and Clay gets the layup, and that'll do it. And Jefferson wins the sectional championship. And for Martinsburg, there is only next season.
What a great season for the Bulldogs in the sense that it was a rebuilding year, and not many people expected them to even put up a fight like they did with this kind of game tonight. Testament to the kind of coaching that Dave Rogers puts forth at Martinsburg year in and year out.
I think you're seeing a glimpse of the future. The next 2 years, these 2 teams should battle once again. Jefferson returning that strong front line. The player of the year next year may be Martinsburg's Richie Sutherland, who will be a junior. He has shown flashes of brilliance. These 2 teams should do it all over again starting next fall.
What a game. 65-58 is the final score. The Jefferson Cougars move on. We'll be back to wrap it up with some final numbers after this final timeout.